something I wanted to talk to you guys about for quite a while now. And I talked a little bit about it in my previous video yesterday. I know I was driving around, I was a little bit all over the place. Just 'cause I was excited. When you leave a toxic environment, it doesn't matter if it's work, it doesn't matter if it's family, household, whatever the case is, you have this feeling of almost like relief in a way. Even though you don't know what the future holds and you're kind of stressed out, it's a lot better than being in a place where you're always constantly looking over your shoulder. You're always wondering if the person or people are gonna try something with you today, or if things are just gonna happen that shouldn't really happen. People can complain about anything, you know, nothing is secure. You're always having to be stressed out. You're always worrying, versus when you're not agitated all the time, when you're able to get some rest, when you're able to think clearly, have better thoughts. That's what I've been able to do with my channel since I've left my toxic environment that I was in. Now, I know my channel hasn't made it yet to 1,000 subscribers yet, but I have faith that it will do a lot better than 1,000. I know that YouTube itself is not an easy platform to grow on. And I'm extremely proud of myself for doing this in 5 months, getting from 0 to 800. That to me is a really big feat. Now, I'm not where I want to be at yet, if I'm being honest, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. It doesn't mean I'm ever going to quit. I know that this is my calling. I know that God put me here to be able to put positive energy out in the world, to be able to help those who are struggling, truly struggling. Now, on YouTube, the reason why I chose this platform is because I truly do believe that it has a lot of potential to be able to reach the right people. My content may take a little bit of time, and that's okay. My content may not be for everybody. That's also okay. At the end of the day, this is not a jab at anybody. I never want anyone to feel like they're attacked. I don't want anyone to feel like they're less than. That's just not who I am. Now, regardless of how other people are, or regardless of what they want to think or how they want to see me, that's 100% up to them. But it doesn't make me lose sleep at all. Whenever I am focusing on myself or working toward a goal, or simply just working on a challenge that I want to do, I come back and I have to think and I plan, because I love doing that. The best parts of my day are when I'm able to do that. I want to be able to take you guys on a walk, and I have to figure out my headphone situation. I have to figure out a couple other things. And then once I do, then I will be able to take you guys along for some of my walks that I do, some of the exercise that I do, just different parts of my day that help me keep centered. At the end of the day, I came to this car wash because look at how peaceful this is. Now, I don't know if y'all like views or anything, but to me, it's kind of a nice view, and I really do enjoy it. Now, that being said, a car wash, and the reason why I look all sweaty and beat up is because I was working out. Not like anything crazy, just training and trying to do different things. Now, brothers and sisters out there, if you have been struggling the way I have, just with trying to really think clearly, and you almost feel desperate, you need to stop whatever it is that's causing that situation. Now, what was making me the most desperate was when I would go in certain places or go to certain places for a few hours, and I would think, man, like, is this really what my life's come down to? Is this really where I'm meant to be at? And that mindset is not a healthy one. That was getting me nowhere. I was always unhappy. I was always struggling. I was always fighting with myself, fighting with others over nothing, like literally over nothing. And it wasn't because it's the most like life or death situation. It was simply because when you have all this pressure put on top of you, it almost feels like it is a life or death situation. It almost feels like if you don't make a decision today, or you don't change something, that you're going to always have to pay for that. And that's not how I want to feel. That's not who I want to be. Now, a lot of people in your life will tell you different. A lot of people in your life may encourage you, discourage you, or there'll be very few people that do push you. I've had some people on my account that I thought were really good people, and then I realized something, that I myself have a lot to work on. So in order to attract the right people, there's more I need to do. So I'm going to take you guys along on a little drive I'm going to do right now and show you all what my plans are, what my goals are, and kind of discuss where I really want to take YouTube, because I do believe, my heart and soul, this is what I can do. And it's not just because of who I am, it's because of what I want to do. Talk to you more on a bit. See you in a minute. Bye. All right, so we are back again, back on the road. And like I was saying earlier, where I want to take this channel is truly a place that I've never gone before, and that it's kind of showcasing more of who I am as a person. Because at the end of the day, like, I love being able to do good deeds for people. I love being able to help others, you know. And I don't want to obviously like be that person that's like constantly recording like the good deeds of the world, you know, or like what I do to try to like come off like show offy. I just want to be able, if I capture a moment that's good or genuinely helpful, be able to do that, and then be able to spread a positive message and hopefully show you all that with faith in yourself, in God, that you can really achieve anything. There are times where I do push myself really hard, times where I have had doubt. You look at some of my older videos, there are times where I really struggled with trying to get myself up in the day. Sometimes I'd struggle with speaking because I'm in such a horribly just bad space. Not just headspace, but like where I was at the time was just not where I should have been. I was always unhappy. I was always stressed. I was always trying to figure out what am I going to do. I was trying to figure out what's a good content idea. But at the same time, I wasn't able to even think clearly. Because when you're dealing with all kinds of stress or just simply dealing with problems in life, you don't always think the clearest. Or at least I know I don't. And I've had my moments where I've been like, dang, like, is this really what my life's come to, right? I've had times where I've had to feel like almost like my existence or certain things like has to be kept a secret. I'm not talking about like from people or like from myself, just like genuinely the person that I am, right? I feel like I can't be comfortable enough to be who I am because so many people take it so wrong. So many people struggle with just like taking everything as like, oh, what does he really mean by that? Oh, like, and there's nothing wrong with having questions, but then ask, right? And that's when I realized something. I want to be able to show who I am. It's not just about telling who I am, right? And I do believe that I can make a difference in this world. I'm on my third day of truly stepping out of that really bad environment, that bad headspace of negative energy, and just kind of really living my life. You know, that's something I haven't done literally ever. But you know what? I'm happy that I'm able to do it now. I'm happy that I'm able to make a difference. And yeah, it's not a big one, but you know what? I would rather be fighting with everything that I have to become this new person, to live a new life, one that I'm not always stressed out about, one I'm not always trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do today? How am I going to make this work? Because that happens a lot more often than I really care to admit. There have been times where I've scrambled and been so desperate that I'm like, you know what, let me put a video out on YouTube, let me try to make this work, let me do this, let me do that, let me double upload. And I'm not in the right headspace even making content. I'm just literally so upset, but I'm trying and I'm hoping and I'm praying because out of desperation, I want to be able to get out of the situation that I was in. Did it get me anywhere? No. Did I show who I am as a person though? A little bit, yeah. There are times where my doubt and my belief and my faith waver. But it's not so much that it wavers in God, it's 100% that it wavers in myself. That I feel like, okay, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing enough? Not just for my family, but for who I want to become. Because at the end of the day, it's not an easy task. When you're trying to do better for yourself, things can come across a little bit harsh, right? Your loved ones may tell you and give you feedback of like, hey, why didn't you do that? Because you're changing who you are as a person. People who you thought were your friends or people you thought you could trust will definitely give you feedback. If you're trying to do better, if you're trying to be better, and they don't agree with it or they don't want the same for you, regardless of their reasoning, they will definitely make it known. Or you can have very sneaky people around in your life that will make you believe, oh, okay, like, yeah, I'm your friend, yeah, you can trust me with this, and then they'll wait to pounce. People are always looking for opportunities, but that doesn't mean everybody is. There are some very rare gems in this world who simply want to make sure you succeed in life. There are very few times where there are people out there who just really want to see you do good. I'm one of those people. If you're watching this, I really want to see you do good. If this came across your page, it's for a reason, right? Now, obviously, I may not be the most attractive looking person, or I may not be the one that's the most articulate, or I may not even have everything figured out. But what I do know is this: no matter how hard I have to push myself, I'm willing to go that extra mile to be able to make content that makes somebody feel better about themselves, be able to hear about your day. I want to make it feel like a conversation. If you want to tell me about a rough moment in your day, a rough moment in your time, it doesn't have to be today, it could be any day, right? My YouTube account is going to be for that. Be able to help you, give you advice best I can, or to even just build a community. The other day, it made me so happy and so proud. One of my followers commented on another one's comments. I know it's a lot of comments, but they commented and they were like just telling them advice, and that made me so happy and so proud of not just like my content bringing people together, but truly making me believe that I am making a difference in this world, right? It's those very rare comments that you get that are engaging, that are helping others, that are pushing others, that say, hey, you inspire me, that helps me to keep going. Because there are times where I'm making videos and I'm like, okay, like, is this really going to be helpful to somebody? There are times where I think to myself, okay, like, can I really make this work? But then whenever I get comments like those, or whenever I'm receiving feedback from you, like, it just makes me so proud of myself that I actually got there and I did it, right? And not every video is going to be a hit, right? Not everything I do on this account is going to be for everybody. My followers out there who are struggling, I want to be able to support you. And those who were struggling, that made it through, whether it's through prayers, whether it's through advice you got, or anything, I'd love to even hear from you. It doesn't always have to be negative or bad. I want to let you know that I'm rooting for you. If you're watching this, I want you to succeed in whatever it is you want to do in life. If you want to paint pictures, paint blacktop, or simply look at a ceiling, right? First off, I'm going to ask you, are you okay? Right? Not because it's rude or disrespectful, just want to make sure you're okay, right? And if you say you're fine, then you're fine. If that's really what you want to do, then you do it. There's no judgment, there's no passing. It's just, I was always taught to make sure you check on everybody, because sometimes it may seem like everyone's doing fine or everything's okay, but that's never the case. There are times where you may feel like you need a little bit more from somebody, or just you need anything. And at the end of the day, my brothers and sisters out there are a lot of people suffering. A lot of people don't know how to be. A lot of people struggle with, who am I as a person? But no matter what, I hope and pray that whatever your struggle is, you overcome it. And you see what a blessing you are to this world. Because that's what I want from y'all. I want to be able to make sure that you guys are okay, that you guys don't ever have to worry, and that if you do, you know you have somebody in your corner who cares, who's rooting for you, who will always root for you. Even if you may feel or question that you don't know if you're going to be all right, I want you to know that if you don't have faith, or you're struggling, that I do have faith in you. And I do pray that you succeed and that you make it. Thank you for being here today, my friends. I'll talk to you more a little bit later on. I just want to let you know, if you're seeing this, I pray you've done a good deed for the day. And if not, just let me know if you need help. Thank you, my friends. Have a good one. Talk to you later.